What's up, everybody? So today I wanted to talk about Pet Cemetery 2019. Basically, 2019 versus the 1989 Pet Cemetery, so the one in 1989, I was 12, right? So they waited 30 years to make this version, which I found out is based on. So I thought it was going to be like an exact thing, which kind of threw me off. So if you don't want to hear about this movie, Birdie go give you a few seconds to get off and click off and all that good stuff. Down, 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 down. Down, 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 down. All right, y'all. So, okay. So first, I want to talk about the similarities. So, all the names were the same. The family dynamic was the same. Father, son, daughter, wife. That type of thing. And the next door neighbor, Judd, that was the same. The kid that got hit, I believe he got hit in the first one as well. I'm not really sure what happened to the guy, but that was a white guy in that one that got hit. And there was a black guy this time, and his name is Victor Pascal, the character. Now, the actor's name, I don't know how to pronounce. Abessa Ahmed. And he kind of looked like P. Diddy. Take that, take that, take that. Wait, take that, take that. But anyway, so, and then they had Gage Creed was played by two. He's a twin. John Lithgow, Jason Clarke, Amy Semmons. I don't think I ever heard of her before. And Jete, her name is Jete Lawrence, is Ellie. Oh my. So Ellie in this version, the new version, is way older than Ellie on the first version. So the similarities, okay, cast is the same. And the mom, she kept having these visions of, she was guilty about her sister's death when she was a kid. So I believe that was the same. And she kept thinking her sister hated her, and she kept hearing her sister's voices and all this stuff. So that was something on its own. So he worked at, I believe that was a university he worked at, and so that was the same. And that's why he moved to the country, because he wanted to slow down, he said, and he wanted to be able to tuck his kids in every night and that type of thing. So, oh my gosh. So now, a lot of differences, which threw me off. I was like, what? Like I said, Ellie was older, the character. So I think Ellie in the first version, she might have been 6 or 7, I would say. And in this version, they said Ellie was 9, but she didn't even have her birthday yet, which we'll get to that. Oh gosh. So now the house on the first Pet Cemetery, both houses was in the country, surrounded by woods and all this stuff. So the house in the first version was way farther from the street, right? Which is a busy country road. I don't understand. Trucks was always speeding past this road, and it was some oil company that they must have had their lot down that road or something, because they were always speeding down this road. I'm like, it's a country road, what y'all speed down here for? But anyway, so the new movie, the house was like right here and the road was like right here. I'm like, what the heck? What the heck is that? Engaged, like he about 2 or 3. So the first version, that just always had bothered me when that little boy got hit by that truck. I said, oh my gosh. So if you saw the first movie, everything was pretty much the same. The little girl, gone and sneaking into the woods and, trying to find out what was up this, I forgot what they called it, but it was basically to keep people out from going up in there, because it was the regular little pet cemetery the kids made. Because when they first moved in there, she had went in there, and then the mom was like, what? She said, Mom, what are they doing? Because it was kids and they had these masks on, and like masks of different pet faces and that type of thing, and they was burying a dog. And she was like, what are they doing? And she said, it's a procession. She said, what is a procession? She said, it's kind of a parade, but a sad one or something like that. So yeah, basically, so she was snooping around, and she's snooping around in Judd's house, So Judd, he, I guess he was a lonely old man, and he came to like her. She bought him cookies and stuff, and she saw that he had a gun in his drawer and all that. He's like, you like sneaking around people's houses? And she was like, no, I'm sorry. And then he had a picture of his wife, and she said, she's pretty, and what happened to her? And he said she was sick and all that. So anyways, he got close to the girl. She was like always over there, and he was always over there. She danced for all of them, her ballet dance. And this Gage, I think he talked a little more than the other one. He actually drew pictures. I was like, I don't remember other Gage doing that. So the father was looking at all the drawings, and of course Ellie's was more advanced. And then his one picture was the kid, Victor Pascal, because he had got hit by a car, and it was blood drawn on the picture. And he asked Ellie, he said, what's this? And she said, I don't know. Gage drew that. So Gage was the one in this version seeing Victor Pascal, when in the first version it was Ellie. Oh, see, I should have knew something right there. So Judd, so they was going trick-or-treating one day, and Judd said to Lewis, Lewis, I need to talk to you for a minute. So the cat was dead on the street, because it probably got hit by one of them daggone trucks. And so he said that, they would come back after the trick-or-treating, and him and Judd would bury the cat. So they was, going to bury the cat. And then Judd was like, do you really love Ellie, right? And he was like, yeah. He said, well, follow me. So then, he took him up that protective wall or whatever that these tribal people had built. And it was a long hike. I keep forgetting how long that hike was. And they went through water this time. I don't remember them doing that the first time. And they buried the daggone cat in this ground, right? Then they go back, and then the wife's like, oh, you took care of the cat? He was like, yeah, And so then they tried to tell Ellie, yeah, something happened to church. And then he ran away. She's like, no, he didn't. He right there. And then he looked in the window, and one of her letters, they had those decorative letters, and her name, the L was knocked over. Well, Church was in the closet chair, and the dad walking all slowly to the closet, and Church and Dad looking all kind of crazy. Oh, this movie, man. So, like a lot of similarities. So I'm just gonna skip to. I think he ended up telling the wife that, we buried the cat, in this special place, and she didn't believe it, that type of thing. And so I'm just gonna skip ahead to the birthday party. Oh, it was Ellie's birthday party. And like I said, the house was right here. The street was right here. I'm like, what? Because the first version, it was way, and him and Gage was flying kites that day. And Judd and the wife and Ellie, they was all having a picnic at the little table, and I guess it was the backyard. I want to say that was the backyard in that movie. And that's when Judd said, get him, because he had turned his back for a second. And Gage had took off into the street. That's when he got hit. Oh, champ. So this version, house, street. What? So supposedly what happened, let me see. Oh, that's what happened before this, y'all. Sorry, this is all over the place. The Ellie was trying to brush the cat and said, the cat, she said, you stink and all this stuff. Where were you? And the cat scratched her. So basically, Lewis tried to put the cat out, euthanize the cat. Because Judd was like, well, just get rid of him, And he couldn't do it because the cat looked at him with his old eyes, like, it's me, Church. So he put him in a cage and drove him all the way somewhere. And the cat came back at the birthday party. So that's when Ellie was like, Church, so she's all in the middle of the daggone street, right? And then they was all the kids was running around and they was playing because it was her birthday, they had cake and stuff. And then Gage runs out. It's like, Church, right? And I said, oh no, right? Because I already knew it was going to happen because Gage had got hit in the first one, right? Oh my gosh. So the dad was like, Gage, like he was in the first one, right? And he run because the truck is flying down the road and the man's all on the cell phone, looking down, right? Because I don't know in the first version what the dude was looking at in that one. I think he was getting a soda or something because they ain't had no cell phones back then. So he all on the cell phone and he's like, Gage. So he runs out on the street and Gage, right? He grabs Gage. I said, what? Ellie in the middle of the road, child, with the cat. Somehow the cat still lived. Well, he was dead anyway, but the cat still lived. The daggone child flipped over. The tank flipped over because it was a gas truck, and I said, I thought that thing was gonna blow up. Everything flipped over. Ellie in the daggone bushes somewhere, and Mom's in the middle of the road crying. She got blood on her hand. That threw me for a loop. I said, they got me this time, y'all. Because Ellie was the one. Instead of Gage. I was like, what? So then I said, it said it's based on the 1989 version. Oh my gosh. So then y'all basically know what happened if y'all watched the first one. So he went over to, they buried her. The parents didn't have an argument with the in-laws this time, because the first version they blamed the dad for Gage's death. They was going back and forth. They knocked the casket over at the funeral, everything. The body fell out. Yeah, so this time the parents didn't even have a speaking role, I don't think. So they buried Ellie. They didn't show Ellie in the casket or nothing. Lowered her in the ground. She had a white casket and all these flowers, pink and all that stuff. And so the mom and Gage went back home with the parents, which was the same, but it was Ellie the last time. So he went over to have drinks with Judd one night, but he spiked Judd's drink, right? So Judd passed it out. He's like, I'm sorry, it was my fault and I shouldn't have showed you that, but I thought it was going to be different this time because he had buried a dog or something when he was little, I guess, and it came back crazy. He said, because y'all love that cat so much. And he was like, don't do it. Don't do it. I know what you're thinking. Don't do it. That type of thing. So Judd passed out. He was still in the chair the next day. he had a blanket around him now. He must have covered him up. But anyway, so he dug Ellie up, carried her all the way to that daggone burial ground, buried her there. And then she came back like 2 seconds later. I'm like, how'd they come back so quick? He heard her little shoes click, 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 click downstairs. He saw the cat. The cat was always around. And so she came, she was all like talking normally. I was like, okay, is this going to work out? Daddy, what happened to me? He put her in a tub and got her cleaned up and got her in the bed. Her eye was all messed up. I said, oh, shoot. Well, yeah, when she was in the tub, he tried to brush her hair just like she tried to brush Church's hair. And it was just coming out in clumps. And she had staples all in the back of her head. That messed me up a little. Yeah. I was like, she was dead, because that truck messed her up. And, man, so he brushed her hair is coming out. And she's like, I did, aren't I? So then, he put her to sleep or whatever. I think he slept in the bed with her. And then the next day, he hear this ballet music. And he go downstairs and she just dancing like she was when she was alive. But I said, why she got that dress back on? And she all dirty and stuff. He said, why'd you put that dress back on? Because first she was happy and stuff. I mean, he was happy that he saw her dancing, doing the same thing she was doing. But then she started to change. Then she's like, did you tell mommy about me? And he was like, no, not yet. So then, of course, Rachel, she keep calling. He don't answer. She get nervous. She on her way back with Gage. I'm not telling everything that happened in the movie, but basically, because she was still tripping off her sister. So that was a whole other thing. So she called Judd and was like, can you check on Lewis? Because he's not answering. He went over there and, people had the door closed so you can't see. And Ellie peeking around the corner. And he's like, he said, is everything okay? He's like, yeah, everything's okay. I've been waiting on Rachel to call. She haven't called yet. So he knew he was lying already. So then he's like, yeah, okay. So then Judd goes back to his house, and I think he saw Ellie out the window. I'm not sure. I can't remember. And she in his house, chill. Gage was in his house in the first one, and Gage was under the bed in the first one that had that scalpel because he took it from his dad because his dad's a doctor. It sliced his ankle, right? But he kicked the bed and nobody was under there. I said, oh, see, they changed it. So then Judd going down the stairs and that stupid cat is at the top of the stairs. And then the girl was at the bottom of the stairs because he's looking at the cat, and she got his ankle. It was like a chunk. I was like, ooh, child, this girl, I don't know what they put her on. Because she got Judd down there and had him tripping with his wife's face coming back and forth with her face. It was crazy. And then she just, I was like, what is wrong with her? Like she a grown man. It was crazy. So mom came back and then Gage is like, Ellie's back. And mom just crying and shaking. And she knew that wasn't her daughter. And child, they so basically Ellie got to stabbing the mom. Mom, she tried to run away, barricade her and Gage in the room. Lewis was outside. I think Lewis went into Judd's house and saw he was dead. He came back. She said, take the baby. So she dropping Gage out the window. He locks Gage in the car. Said, don't open it up for nobody. And not even Ellie, right? Oh, child. Then so Ellie dragged her mama all the way up because she told Lewis, don't bury me in that place. Ellie dragged because I think she knocked Lewis out or something. I can't remember, y'all, even though I just watched it. So y'all have to see it. She dragged her mama all the way to that burial thing. And then Lewis ended up being up there. And then he tried to choke that girl. He gonna choke her out, right? And then she's like, and then the mom came up and stabbed behind her, right? I was like, oh my gosh. Then they dragged him back in there. I said, oh no. Child, at the end, they all coming back to the car. And Gage is like, oh. Then the cat jumped on top of the hood of the car. And then all you heard, it with the black chirp chirp. I was like, I was so left hanging, man. So I'm like, did they become a zombie family? Like, that messed me up. I said, why'd they do it like that? Poor Gage. Gage then got messed up again. I thought he was going to be free this time. He got mom, daddy, and sister coming back to get him, in a negative way. And before they came back, they done set Judd's house on fire. So I don't know how they gonna play this off. Like, are they gonna try to be a normal family? Are they going around killing people? Like, what is going on? They set Judd's house on fire to get rid of the body? I don't see. It's just too much. So yeah, I wanted to show y'all if y'all ever seen Pet Sematary 2. Now this was like 1990-ish, I want to say. 92. It had Edward Furlong and Anthony Edwards in it, Clancy Brown, and Jared Rustin. This was good, actually. It was very interesting with, teenagers in it. So I think I got this for $5 at Target. So it wasn't too bad. So if you guys ever seen any of the Pet Semataries, let me know. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See y'all later.